Hasn't this been an amazing evening? I think we have a follow-up to Stephen King here. Whoa, that's, you got me.
Well, I hope so. So I hope I haunt your dreams tonight.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, I almost brought the clown, but...
You know, I have to thank you for all those wonderful things you said. And I think you're probably talking about the animals at the Shimoa Preserve, which, you know, we've been rescuing lions and tigers since 1972, who have been born in the United States to be sold as pets or for financial gain. And along with that, the lions and tigers came an elephant, and which was probably one of the most exciting experiences of my life. We were doing a movie, which is why we started all of this. The title is Roar, and we were doing it because at that time, the late 60s and early 70s, environmentalists all over the world were telling the world that if we, people of the world, didn't do something right then to save the animals in the wild from encroaching civilization, sport hunting, and poaching, by the year 2000, they would be gone. So there was a lot of awareness going on. My then husband and I decided to do a film about the animals in the wild. And on the Gorongosa Game Preserve in Mozambique, we saw a house that had been abandoned by a game warden because it flooded during the rainy seasons. He moved out, and a pride of lion moved in. A pride of lion. Now just picture that. Sitting in the windows, walking in and out the doors, napping on the verandas, cubs playing out in front. Perfect. Perfect movie venue. Animals that most people are enchanted with. So, got back to Los Angeles. The script was written using the numbers of animals that we had seen on the Gorongosa Game Preserve in that house. And sometimes the scenes had 16 animals, 12, 10, whatever. And anyway, all of our plans of using Hollywood acting animals and a 9-month shoot went away. And by 1975, we were pretty much ready to do our movie. And we were hiring people. And down the road came a young man on a motorcycle. Beard, long hair, tattoos. He said he was looking for a job. And we asked what he could do, and there were all kinds of things he could do. He could weld and all kinds of things which were perfect for us. And that young man, as we went along, that was in 1975, and as he got to know the place, was working all the time, he got into a lot of trouble, and we'd get him out of the trouble, but he was always on time for work. He was always absolutely doing the best job that could be possibly done. And this went on for a whole lot of years while we were making the movie, where we were building things, and he was very much involved with every part of it. And when the movie was over, we had all of the people at the preserve. It wasn't a preserve then; it was a wild animal ranch kind of thing. But we all did two different things, at least two different things. I was co-producer. I was helping with the wardrobe. I would help Bill Dow, who was on the shoot with Chris for the film you just saw. So all of us got, we were doing other things. And in 1978, another elephant came to live with us. And in 1981, the film was finished. And the man who had been taking care of the elephants decided to go into the movie business because he could make a lot more money there. And there our elephants were in the barn. And we didn't know how to find somebody to take care of them that we would trust. We had heard so many things about how awful these elephants are treated in the circuses and all that, so we were really kind of, what are we going to do? And one Sunday morning, there was a knock on the door, and it was Chris Colucci. And he said, "Could I talk to you for a little while?" And I said, "Of course, come in." And he asked my then husband and me if we would give him a chance with the elephants. And, it was like the most natural thing that could possibly have happened. And so Chris literally moved in with Timbo and Cora. Got a cot and stepped on the hay, just got to know them, would bathe them, feed them, bring them treats. And one night he was thirsty, so he went out to get a drink of water. And the next morning there was a water trough in the barn. And then it was time for, Chris came and said, "I think I'm ready to take them out of the barn." And it was a great success. The three of them went out, and it was a success that was unequaled for the rest of their life. I'm going to cry. It was a success that was unequaled, and it was one of the most beautiful relationships, because those two animals saved his life and he saved theirs. It was truly extraordinary. And I see them out walking out on the preserve, or going up and down the river, and you could see Chris talking to him, because he's very demonstrative when he talks, and he'd be telling them all of his troubles and whatever. Sometimes he'd be up on one of them, riding with them. But what a great, great relationship they had. And then, of course, our circus elephant died. And, the circuses are very hard on those animals. And it was a very tough thing for her. It was tough for all of us. And Timbo lived for 5 years after that. But when he died, oof. Chris was like a man without a country, literally. And so after a couple of years, I thought, he knows so much about this place. He knows about the animals. He knows how everything is run, everything about it. So I passed the gavel of director to Chris, director of the Shambhala Preserve. And he is also vice president of the Roar Foundation. And he's my friend. Come on. Here we have it. It's the Los Angeles Cinema Festival of Hollywood Best Documentary Short. It's hereby granted to The Elephant Man Journeys, directed by Chris Colucci.
Yeah, this wouldn't have been possible without my brother John. He matched my money to make the film. But I do have one thing to say. If that clown comes out from behind me, I'm going to hit him with a chair.
He'll come back.
Thanks.